So on Friday, of course, we had the hearing, the very first hearing that Trump's lawyers and the prosecutors from the DOJ had in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan. It was an emergency hearing to determine whether or not Donald Trump should be subjected, to a protective order, which is essentially a gag order. You know, he had made the comments last week, the week prior, saying, if you come after me, I'm going to come after you. And then he, of course, attacked the prosecutors and all of that in speeches since then. And so a lot of us thought, okay, here comes the judge and she is going to throw the hammer down, right? She's going to throw the book at him. She's going to throw something. And Trump's going to have to shut the hell up. No, that didn't happen. It honestly is not surprising, but it's still very disappointing. You know, before the hearing, I had even talked about the fact that, listen, this judge is in an extraordinary position, and it's a very difficult position. She's obviously getting death threats from Trump supporters. They've had to beef up her security. If she tries to slap a gag order on Trump, or if she even, put him in jail for a couple days for violating the order that he clearly violated, they're going to come after her. So it's a very delicate position that she is in, and she has to handle it very delicately. And she did. Like, when you kind of read what she wrote, the disappointment subsides a little bit. I still wish she had done it, but I understand why she didn't. But more importantly, she also set a trap for him. And I get to the trap in just a moment, but basically what you need to know from this court order is that Donald Trump is not going to have any kind of gag order on him other than you have to agree you're not going to attack any potential witnesses. You cannot engage in any activity that could be seen as witness intimidation. His lawyers, Trump's lawyers, tried to argue against that, like, well, Judge, he's out on the campaign trail. What if he accidentally says something that goes after one of your witnesses? And she's like, I don't care. He is a criminal defendant, and he's going to have the same restrictions any criminal defendant would. I don't care that he's running for president. He's, more importantly to me, a criminal defendant, so suck it up. She didn't add the so suck it up, but the rest of it is pretty much exactly how it happened. And the reason Trump's lawyers are worried he might attack a potential witness is because one of the potential witnesses against him is, in fact, one of his political rivals, Mike Pence. So yeah, very, very delicate ground there that Trump is on. She also did rule that, hey, listen, I'm going to have to protect some of the information. Trump lawyers are going to have to review his notes after he reviews evidence to make sure he's not taking anything with him, make sure he's not writing down things he's legally not allowed to write down. So there are some restrictions on Trump, and that is, of course, what the prosecution had wanted. But the trap, right? I said she set a trap for him, and she did. We all know that Jack Smith, I talked about this in a previous segment today, wants the trial to begin on January 2nd. Donald Trump and his lawyers are saying, no, let's do it like after the election. In fact, maybe we should do it after like the next, full eclipse of the sun. But here's the trap the judge laid for him. Let me read this. I caution you and your client to take special care in your public statements about this case. I will take whatever measures are necessary to safeguard the integrity of these proceedings. The fact that he's running a political campaign has to yield to the orderly administration of justice. If that means he can't say exactly what he wants to say about witnesses in this case, that's how it has to be. Even arguably ambiguous statements from parties or their counsels, if they can be reasonably interpreted to intimidate witnesses or to prejudice potential jurors, can threaten the process. The more a party makes inflammatory statements about this case, which could taint the jury pool, the greater the urgency will be that we proceed to trial quickly. So, without giving in to the prosecutor's request of a January 2nd trial, she's letting Trump decide by his own words and actions. She's saying, if you keep going out there and saying the things that you're already saying, then I'm going to say we need to get this trial over with quickly before you have more of a chance to taint the jury, before you have more of a chance to intimidate witnesses. So if you want to run your mouth, I'm not going to stop you from running your mouth. But the more you say, the quicker that trial is going to come upon us on the calendar. So the choice is yours, Donald. Keep acting like a jackass and go to trial quickly, or shut your mouth and maybe you have a little bit more time to prepare. But she put it all on him. That is the trap that she has set for him, because we all know what Trump is going to do. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.